All right, so again, guys, what we're, if you look at this, our address here is 7041 East 10th Street, okay? Now, what that means is, because it's an east-west street, right, this number in front of it is going to show us how far along 10th Street is. But your question is far from what? Okay? So there are two streets you got to know. North-south, Meridian Street. How far something is east and or west of Meridian Street? Does that make sense? Meridian Street goes way up and down, Washington Street goes way side to side. Okay, so how far the up and down are we here at Manly's Irish Mud? 7041. Well, great. 7041 what? 7.041 miles along 10th Street will get us to Meridian, right? So sit there, you look at it, great. Okay, 6.8 miles. Does that make sense? Yeah. Roughly 7.041 miles along 10th Street from Meridian. Okay?
Just for Jack's information, so Meridian Street divides Indianapolis east and west. Okay, and Washington Street divides Indianapolis north and south. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. So, at Meridian and Washington Street is pretty much ground zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Meridian Street, you're on it all the time, I'd imagine. But again, this chops it east and west, and then Washington's right here, chops it north and south. Okay. So I was laughing because Warren didn't know the address to this bar, and he's there all the time. Great. 7041 means you're roughly, and again, very rough, but 7.0 miles away from the north-south Meridian. Okay. North Oxford. Right. Okay. So 821 Oxford means what?
Yeah.
How far are you from Washington Street?
I'm just north of Washington Street a little bit.
I'm willing to bet that it's less than 0.281 miles from Washington Street.
That sounds about right.
So if you want to sit here and you want to measure it, it's like, great, I'll find what's here on the corner of Washington. Let's see, where that is. Tulare.
Never been there.
Right, there you go. 28 miles, right? Kind of checks out, right? So anytime anyone, and the more you do this shit in your head, you can sit there and think like, oh God, I can start buying houses if I know the specs and know what type of shape it's in roughly. Like if someone came to me and said, hey, I got a 2-1 on the 6,000 block at East 10th Street, right across from the golf course. It's a decent shape. Needs probably 20 grand lipstick. She wants 80 grand. I'm buying it. No big deal. Okay, next. I need to see it. Because I know that 6,000 block of East 10th Street, Indianapolis, is right next to the Pleasant Run Golf Course.
Irvington, baby.
Right? I don't need to know. I don't need to know too many details. And so I'm not asking everyone to have that level of knowledge right away, but man, like you start asking yourself questions, 4421 Campbell. A very bad wholesaler would say, tight. Oh, it's in Lawrence. Immediately lost the seller, right? But if you hear that address, yeah, it looks like you're in Lawrence. What's going on up in Lawrence? Credibility, right? Relatability, familiarity, all the cool things that you get to be just by knowing, right? So I'll shut up about it, but that's a really cool way. And Louisville's the same way. Has the same different coding system. It's a little bit different because Indy's very straight. Louisville's topsy-turvy, curvy. But they make the system just the same way. Understanding this will make you better at your job infinitely.
Yeah.
But
like anything, there's always an exception to the rule. I mean, you got like Beach Grove that has their own little address area, and Speedway has their own little.
Yep, and we're not going to talk about that.
Right. I'm just saying.
Yep. So like, hey, I got a house on 4,000 West 10th Street. 4,000 West 10th Street. Any guesses? Anyone have any guesses?
What's that?
4,000 West 10th Street. The 4,000 block
4,000
of West 10th Street.
So 4 miles east of Meridian.
4 miles west of Meridian.
Or west of Meridian.
Yep. So what's 4 miles west of Meridian Street on 10th Street? I don't expect you to know this, by the way. This is not too far from the Speedway.
Yeah, there's a big racetrack right there. For those of you who are curious.
Never heard of that.
The Grace.
If you're into Indianapolis stuff.
There you go. So it takes someone with a lot of experience can sit there and just bust these out real quick in his head. Like that's the name of the game.
Track Shack 5.
That's the name of the game.
Cook.